I am with Knights head baseball coach Gary Puccio, whose team's coming off a 1-3 performance this past weekend at Mount St. Mary's. However, in the process, Knights senior captain Dillon became the Knights' all-time hit leader as he singled in the fourth game of the series. Coach, can you just give us some thoughts on Brian becoming the Knights' all-time hit record holder?
I obviously only got to coach Brian this year. And when I met Brian, everybody told me what kind of ball player he is. And until you actually watch him play day in and day out, you don't appreciate how terrific the kid is. He's just a hitting machine. He gives you 110% all the time. Just a class act, a class kid, well-mannered, well brought up. And in all honesty, it's an honor to coach him. And I have no doubts that he is a future Hall of Famer at Fairleigh Dickinson.
Like I said, you guys went 1-3 in the series. You got beat 18-1 the first game, but you did bounce back and win a 9-inning extra inning game 5-4, and we're still in the other two games. Could you just give us some general thoughts on the weekend and how your team's performance?
As I've kind of been saying all along, our problem is lack of depth. We don't have enough players as far as getting through the season. It's going to be tough. 7 arms, 19 players. So you run out of arms and you run out of things to do. And Chris Theodore didn't have it on Friday. It was his first real poor performance. I spoke to him and said, look, I need you to get me 5 innings today because we need to save arms. The fact that we're out of this game, and Chris just, took one on the chin for the team, which was the trooper that he's been and the bulldog that he's been for us, and that was very important. And by doing that, he saved some arms, and the next day we get into an extra inning game right away. And 2-2 tie. We scored 2 in the 7th to tie it, go extra innings, and Kresge hits a 3-run homer to give us a 5-2 lead, and Spence gives up a 2-run homer in the bottom of the ninth, and then comes back to get the last 2 outs to give us the win. When you lose 18-1 the day before, it's really easy to roll over and call it a weekend, and we did not do that. The next game, another competitive game, I think it was 5-2 in the 6th, and Matty gave up a 2-run homer. We lost 6-2. And the last game, which ended up 11-2, was 3-1 in the bottom of the 8th, and we had a really poor inning. So I feel we're competitive. I feel we're in a lot of games. I feel we're playing respectable. We make mistakes. We're still learning from the mistakes. And we do run out of people. I mean, that's just the reality of the times right now. So I keep telling them to just break the season up into sections, and hopefully each section gets better, and we'll do a decent job.
Well, tomorrow you guys have a midweek game against Seton Hall, and like you said, the midweek games are for development purposes. So tomorrow, what are you looking to hopefully get out of the team in the game?
To be honest with you, this is one of the things that I plan to do as time goes on. Not to say I don't want to win non-league games. I'd be more than happy to win any game I can win. But, we got a couple of guys who are need a day off, and we're going to try to give them a day off tomorrow. We got a couple other guys who deserve some playing time, and we're going to give them some playing time tomorrow. So I'm kind of looking at tomorrow and plan to look at the Wednesday games the rest of the season as games to, give us a chance to regroup, give a guy a day off, get a guy some at-bats who need some at-bats so that they're always ready for the league games, because the league games is what you're really playing for. At-large bids don't happen at this level too often, and they're certainly not going to happen for us this year. So I'd rather concentrate on becoming the best league team we can be and using those other games to help develop that.
How's it been practicing on the new field?
I'll tell you, rain today, and it was still out there practicing, because as soon as the rain stops, we know the field's playable, and it's a good feeling, and I think that's also going to help us. Despite what it says on the record book, the facts are we basically have played 25 games on the road right now, or 22 games on the road, and tomorrow will be the 23rd, and then finally we come home and play a real home game. So even though some games have been listed as home games, obviously we haven't played at FDU's field, and starting on Friday, playing at the Namoli Family Complex is going to make a big difference in how our home games go, because baseball teams always play better at home, and I'm confident that once we start playing here and get used to this field, that this will become a treasure for us and a place where a lot more wins are going to be happening.
Well, Coach, thank you for your time, and congratulations on picking up your 300th career win over the weekend.
All right, thank you, Chris.